Hello and welcome back to Farawa. I had been a bit disappointed this winter for spring that I would not be able to tap trees and make syrup since I would be at college during the peak of maple tapping season. But, as a fun cue, a tree tapping workshop popped up in my email through my school. I was so excited but unfortunately woke up that morning feeling like I had a bit of a cold, as I do today when I'm recording the audio. But I took some medicine, masked up, and went to see if some fresh air would do me good. After a brief introduction on how to identify certain types of trees, particularly maple, the group headed outside to find a sugar maple.
This is the Norway, that's the silver.
We tapped the tree using a hand drill and hammered in the tap before securing a lidded bucket. Back inside, we tried sap straight from a tree, which tasted like sweet water. They also had vanilla ice cream, with which we could have syrup made from previous sap batches. It was delicious, especially the darker and more sugary syrup. I was still feeling not so great, but a couple of people said they were going out to tap some more trees, and I actually called my mom because I kind of wanted to just go back and sleep, but I also sort of subconsciously wanted to be convinced to go, so she convinced me to go. It was snowing really hard, but the fresh air was refreshing. We drove out to another part of the campus and headed into the woods. It was a magical place, something out of Narnia or some other winter tale. We trekked for some while, looking at different types of trees, but decided that all of the tappable ones were too close to the path. The group of people I was with made it even more enjoyable. One of the leaders is a professor at the college who teaches especially about the environment and indigenous practices. Another leader was once the head of the arboretum here. This event was led by experts in their field, so just to be clear, you can't go up and tap trees or cut trees yourself. But these guys have special permission, and this was a specific group, so it was okay. The rest of the people in the group were other students. Some were in the professor's classes, but they all loved nature and adventures. Something this trip was quickly turning into, a wintry adventure. We walked all through the woods, talking of different kinds of plants, crafts, and learning about our surroundings and those who came before us.
Some suffering, some. Here, the red cherry. The red cherry is bittersweet. Bittersweet. I keep it yeah. This is linen, and this is.
Have you ever done independent studies with people just making things?
This is so nice for it. It's almost a walk.
You can make arrows. Today I made a necklace.
Yeah, that's the one.
Gosh, look at it. It's just moss. Just moss. It's so green though. We could look for tardigrades in it. That's the tulip poplar. I bet we could have
We crossed over an old stone wall to see a face in a tree, and then headed back the same direction to go somewhere else.
And I like still am laughing about. Yeah. So we're going back.
As the sun sank in the sky, we even spotted a glinting light in the forest that turned out to be a perfectly positioned icicle. To be honest, I had no idea where we were going this whole time, and sometimes we retraced our steps, but it was fun. I felt like Shackleton trekking through the snow, though I bet his journey was quite a bit colder and perhaps less enjoyable. At last we crested a hill to see the sun shine golden on the trees, and chewed on black birch that tasted like licorice, said to help clean your teeth. I suppose it is convenient to have a missing tooth in a situation like this. As the sun descended, so did we, down the snowy hill. We saw trees, both big and small, and observed the colors and textures of the woods. We even headed to Gallows Lane, a place on campus with particular historical significance and a grim story to match.
This is a witch rock. Here. It's getting late.
That's so pretty.
This isn't the edible one.
Though by the end of it we hadn't tapped any trees, we had been on such an adventure, and I even felt a lot less sick.
Oh, the moon.
We headed back, and here is me back in the dorm. Then here are some photos from that day. A couple days later, I helped tap a few more trees. Then a few days after that, I went again and brought a friend.
With the gray, yeah.
And then the red was the round red one.
Oh my gosh.
2 and 3.
Just in case.
A new.
Here are some pictures the professor took of his sap making process. Also, I went on a star hike through Outdoor Adventures and thought it would be worth adding here. We went out at about 5 p.m. and walked on the train tracks down to an island. We didn't go on the island, we stayed by the tracks, but we could see it in the twilight. As it grew dark, we had chocolate fondue with marshmallows and pretzels beneath the stars and heard stories about constellations. It was super cold by the time it was dark, but it was a great time. And then later, also through Outdoor Adventures, I had signed up for the sunrise hike, which was the day before my birthday, and I was put on the wait list, but I finally got a spot. And then I set my alarm for 5:30 p.m. instead of a.m. So I did miss it by about an hour, but I went out to see if I could still catch up to them. I think they went a different way. I followed the path that they were supposed to go until I got to the island. I didn't go too far on the island, but just enough to say I did. Apparently there wasn't a sunrise for them, so none of us got to see the sunrise for the sunrise hike, but I think both groups had an adventure. While I was walking on this part of the path that leads to the island, which I believe gets covered over during high tide, I imagined I was walking on the back of some giant creature, because the tall grasses kind of looked like fur. On the way back, I was very lucky and excited to find a full-size, no-damage trash bag because I was tired of carrying like a mail package full of trash.
Pretty lucky find, but I'm going to wash my hands and my appliances after I get back.
So I filled that thing up and it was so much easier to carry. I'm not happy that there was so much garbage there, but finding a trash bag was very convenient. I also found the remains of some torn up creature that my mom thinks might have been a coyote. Anyway, it reminded me of some of my younger birthdays because we started a tradition of going to collect trash on my birthday, so it was a bit nostalgic, I suppose. For some reason, my normal microphone stopped working just now, but anyway, then I had a really nice breakfast with my friends and a nice rest of the day. For my actual birthday, I took a walk in the Arboretum in the evening. This was after my classes. I was just going to find a spot and read, but I ran into one of my friends and she said she had seen lots of frogs in the bog because it's apparently their mating season. So I headed over to the bog and sat down to read a book and wait for the frogs. After waiting for a while and looking around, a couple of them did surface, and one of them even swam closer and stayed the whole time. was a nice evening in the woods, but I did have to say goodbye to the frog to go have dinner. And on my way back, I did see the tailless squirrel that lives by the church, as well as this absolutely beautiful sunset. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this snowy adventure and some other woodsy adventures here that I went on, and I really hoped you enjoyed watching, and goodbye for now from Farawa.